Hey everyone, I have a bunch of clothes I need to give away. I've said this a few times and I really just need to do it now. Obviously I forgot about it because out of sight, out of mind. So, and I'm also folding laundry. How's everyone doing? Thursday night. I've had an interesting day. I've had some really cool clinical cases. I've pretty much been driving all over the city all day, which I'm questioning my choice of getting a Hummer now because the gas is insane. Good evening, Irie. Good evening. No, this hanger isn't going to work for this. Good evening, everyone. Hello, Lori. So, you guys are going to keep me company as I fold my kids' laundry. And then also I need to give some Athena's clothes away that are too small. Let's see, are these too small? No, those are fine. So if you have a 0 to 6 month old baby girl, and I'd prefer to give it to a family that would really appreciate it, because clothes can be expensive, and I'd like to help someone out that truly needs it the most. Unfortunately, please be in the United States, just because I'm going to pay for the shipping costs. So I don't want to ship somewhere it's going to cost me hundreds of dollars. I think that's reasonable. Oh, there's a Valentine's dress for June that someone sent. Hello, everyone. Well, thanks for the congratulations on the home. We don't move in. I think we put the official move-in date like closer to February 10 range. My lease is up here February 15th, so don't. It could have been because somebody was just calling me. See, I think a hat. Nice little cute onesie. Morning for some of you, evening for some of you. People are from all over the world. Angela, you'd like them for your granddaughter? Okay. Then please, people comment under her comment so it comes to the top so I can see it. Where are you at, Angela? Where are you located at? Hello, everyone. So I'm folding clothes, which takes so much longer to fold kids' clothes than it does adult clothes, and they have so much more. It's crazy. So onesie for Athena. So I have so much cool clothes to give away. I can give this to one family, multiple families. All of these should be clean. This is back when I had a nanny. She did all that stuff. So there's some pretty cute stuff in here. Things that Athena's worn quite a bit. Like, what the heck is this? Oh, this is like for a newborn. So if anyone has some little booties, a little baby girl, and a family in need, there really is a lot of this stuff. There really is a lot of this stuff. What else we got in here? Yeah, so these are all like onesies, baby clothes. I've had a patient that has donated quite a bit of stuff to me from her daughter that's 5, and she's been fairly, well, that's Still fits. She's been very generous because it's not like she donates a little bit, she donates a lot. Like, it's not like if I need a size 10 pair of shoes, she donates me 10 pairs of size 10 shoes. Obviously, because she's like, I think I overbought. So I'll save the shoes for Athena, obviously. But as far as these clothes, I'm obviously not having another baby anytime soon. And it's only a 50-50 chance that it'll be a girl. So no reason to hang on to all this stuff. There's lots of it. It is clean. Obviously, I recommend that you wash it when you get it. What's this? Oh, that's cute. I think that would probably still fit Athena. Yeah, 12 to 16 months, that's still going to fit Athena. And as Athena grows out of these different sizes, right now she's 10 months old and she wears 12 to 18-month-old clothes. June's 3 and she wears 4 to 5-year-old clothes. So as Athena starts to age out of these different sizes, I'm just going to donate these to a family in need, because saving, a couple $100 here and there is always helpful. Let's see. Cute little skirt. Right there. That is dirty. How did I get the clean clothes? Some onesies. I think these are, yeah, so these are 18-month-old onesies. This is what Athena wears now, because she's a big, tall, healthy girl. And also, if you need bibs, I have just way too many bibs that I'm not going to use, so let me throw some of those in there. For example, I have probably 30 to 40 bibs. I just don't need that many. It's a Athena shirt. Definitely clean before you move. Yeah, got to get that deposit back, right? Oh, this cute little dress. This is a recent donation, so those of you that received the donation, you're getting the good stuff, because these are some pretty awesome brands here that I don't even know, but you can feel it and be like, this is good quality. So, yeah, anyone that has a 0 to 6 month old baby girl, just had a baby or just a few months old, hopefully, we'll keep it to just newborns, because that way they can use it as long as possible. If we find multiple people that could use it, then I'll divide it up and ship it to multiple people. But I'd like to return the favor, because basically I didn't have to barely buy the girls any clothes, which, given my year, is sort of a blessing. It's a blessing anyways, right? Give them to church? Yeah, I could give them to church, but I would like to give them to somebody on here that is supporting my journey, saying nice things, trying to spread joy and happiness in the world. That would be my ideal candidate. Don't need that anymore. What is this? Okay. Another. I'm looking forward to having a bigger place so I can have more room. The girls' room's so full that we just play in the living room, but they're gonna have a playroom, hopefully. Depends on how I organize the house, but definitely some sort of playroom. I have a friend that just had a baby. She can definitely use it, please and thank you. So please, where did she go? Everyone, Annette. Wait, hold on. Where did she go? Romanita. People comment under her comments so that it comes to the top. You know, because sometimes I don't look very far down the comments because I just, you know, I don't have the time. But please help her bring it to the top. And of course, please be in the United States because I am going to ship these to you on like as a gift. So, you know, being in the United States is obviously going to make it better. Let's see, underwear, or easier. Not better, cheaper, I should say. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to send the clothes somewhere where somebody's just going to sell them. I want to see them be used and take some ease off some struggling parents out there, because we all know what it's like to have a new baby around, and sometimes you just need some. Let me see what this is. You know, someone to do something kind for you, just like that's been done for me. Paying it forward, you know. Oh, that's a cute little dress. Haven't seen that one before. June and Athena have more clothes than you could possibly imagine, especially June. June has she's got an entire closet full. And if she wore a different outfit every day of the month, I don't think she'd get through it. Yeah, children do grow up fast. Some people are saying it's hard to hear me. I don't know what that's about. Sometimes I just wonder if it's people messing with me, because many people can hear me, and when I read it, and when I watch the video later to check the audio, it's just fine. I would love to close. Single mom of 4, live in New York City. Amanda, do you have a small baby girl? Let's see. Getting a new grandson this May. Well, I could send you some unisex clothes. You know, most of these are kind of girly, so you know, there's that. But if you don't care about that, then I don't. That is what I'm doing. I am donating clothes to people in need. You know? That is the name of the game. People treat you well, you pay it forward to others. You have a hard time hearing me? I wonder why that is, because I use this audio equipment, but it definitely makes the audio much better. But after some people are complaining, I wonder if it's a compatibility issue. Like, I'm not sure. I'm also not very loud, to be honest. That's why I have a mic, because I'm a quiet, soft-spoken guy until I teach at a seminar or something, and then I have to project my voice. But that's energy consuming, because at the end of the seminar I am burnt. What age of clothes? 0 to 6 months, or 9 months, depending on the clothes. I mean, Athena right now, I guess I should say 0 to 9 months. Athena right now is wearing size 12 months to 18 months. These are pants. Let's see what we got here. This is cute. I think it might be too small for Athena, though. Let me see. Yep. 3 to 6 months. See? Too small for Athena. Still has the tags on them. Now here's the red shirt I was looking for Christmas. Dang it. Okay, so everyone can hear me loud and clear. So the few It could be, I'm not sure, maybe you need to update your version of Facebook. That could be it. Let's see, that will still fit. That'll still fit. Athena for sure. What is this? Oh. That's right, I'm disregarding the negativity. You know? Is it my daughter's clothes I'm giving away? Yeah. Yeah, the ones that are too small for Athena. Now, naturally, I'll keep all of June's clothes because Athena will eventually fit into them. So, you know, might as well keep them for Athena as she grows up. I mean, as of now, I have as much clothes as I could possibly need up until both girls are at least 5 years old. So, I have too much clothes. Just too much. Which is hard for me because I'm very simple. I just kind of dress the same all the time. It's more efficient that way. Oh, look, the girls got matching jackets. Forgot about those ones. Pillowcase. Do I think it'll take a lot to heat up being so big? Probably. I mean, a house that size to heat will probably be expensive. And it's not a new house. It was built in the 60s, I believe. So, you know, it'll probably be nice and fun to heat up. Probably costs like... Luckily, we live in California where it doesn't get too cold. And we're getting past the coldest part of the year, so going into summer, it shouldn't be an issue. Hello in Louisiana. You could use 6 to 9, okay. Have people comment on your comment so that it comes to the top so I see it. And based on how many people are needed, I'll kind of look through your profile and make sure that you are spreading peace and joy and love to the world. If I see people that are out there trashing people, I will not donate the clothes to you. It's for people that need it and deserve it, you know? You love the floor plan? Yeah, that house is, gosh, it was the result of a random phone call. I had been looking at places for a while, and I narrowed it down to like 3 or 4 that I liked. And then that random phone call led me there, and it was like better than all the other ones for sure. And bigger for sure. And honestly, one of the best locations I could ask for what I want to do, schooling, school districts, and everything else. To an orphanage? Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, I could do that. That's an option. But I guess what I'd really like to do is just give back to you guys. You know? That's right. Y'all get no clothes if you're being mean, so stop. That's right. These clothes were worn on Athena with love. So it needs to go to a home full of love. No keyboard warriors, please. June's pants. Speaking of someone not spreading love, goodbye. Well, it's going to be a few more years before I have to worry about like school districts and stuff, but the place that I found is definitely like it's a home. It's like a place that when I moved here, it was sort of like, oh, let's move to the ocean for a year, see how it goes. And like many of you live next to the ocean, you could say you don't go to the ocean nearly as much as you thought you would. So I'm tripling my size and actually getting to a better location as far as my business, and I'm paying a couple $1,000s less. So it's definitely going to be an awesome move no matter what. I'm sorry to hear that, Linda. Sorry you lost your mother. It's never fun. I'm sorry. See you straight out? I don't know what you mean by that. My nanny used to do all this, all the laundry, but I'm taking my time finding a new one. Kind of just been trying. I kind of do like working interviews, and I see how they interact with the kids. A little bit picky when it comes to a nanny, like at least if it's going to be a long-term situation. What's for Athena? No. I'm going to throw in some rags in there. Don't need those. Will this fit Athena? Yes. I think you guys are mistaken. I'm nobody's enemy. I don't consider anybody my enemy at all. So, don't believe the headlines on social media. Make sure to always wear your tin cap to protect you from the false headlines of social media. Let's see. Another bib. This is definitely, nope, that fits. Let me see. 18 months, we're good. Okay. Excuse me. Whew. Oh, sorry about that. I had to sneeze. Who's texting me? There are other families that could use this clothes. I was about to go on a big shopping spree for the girls, and one of my patients just offered to, because she'd been keeping them intentionally for them to go to a good home. So I'm going to continue on that path and make sure they go to a good home. It might be one home, it might be many. See? Spread love, not hate. If you spread love, you can have Athena's clothes. Spread hate? No way, Jose. I'm not going to dishonor the person that gave them to me with the intention of finding a good home for the clothes, and I'm going to do the same. That is the way to do it. I don't hate anyone. People are saying something about I hate people. I don't hate anyone. Not at all. And if you're coming here telling me I hate people, you should really go and look at people actually spreading hate. Because I don't spread any hate. None whatsoever. Of course, we all have our moments, where we break character, but other than that, nope, I don't spread hate. How am I doing? I'm doing fine. That's right. This is like Santa Claus. If you're good, you get presents. If you're bad, you get, instead of a lump of coal, you just get nothing. Because these clothes were worn with love, and they better go to a loving family. Oh, I just got an important text. 1 minute. Sorry, I gotta answer this. It is my lawyer. Let's see. Oh, Diane, you've been following me for over a year. Thanks for sticking around. Sorry, just texting back an important conversation. Yeah, I'm talking kind of low. Sorry. You can't afford an nanny anymore? That's interesting. You must have hacked my bank account. You guys literally believe anything you see on social media. No wonder we have such shitty presidents in the United States. That's right. If you guys don't like me, get off my page. I'm not here for attention. I'm not here. I never thought I'd be here, to be honest with you. I was never really a social media person. But, I'm starting to see the value in it. I'm starting to see how I can positively impact a wider audience outside of my own patient base and my own community. So, in life you deal with the cards you're dealt. So, and I'm just doing that. Using my platform to educate and to spread happiness. Every once in a while I get a little irritated, but other than that. Sorry, I'm just texting on my computer. Yeah, we can talk healthcare stuff. You guys can ask me anything. This is a question and answers. I'm kind of multitasking here. I'm a user. Yes, I'm a user of the universe to spread universal power of peace, love, and prosperity. Definitely using the universal energy for that. So yes, I'm a user. Okay. I'm not trying to hurt anyone. So don't believe that the headlines, you know, let's let's prove that we're still a race of humans that were smart enough to invent the wheel, you know. Hey doc, I've been doing cupping for my back. Is it wise? Yeah, in my general opinion, the cupping that you get the plastic cups on Amazon, I have one in my room. You just move it around. It's better than leaving it in one spot for it to bruise. I'm not a big fan of the cupping that bruising, mainly because when blood leaves capillaries, it can form scar tissue. It's calling me, and that can cause maybe some scar tissue in the skin, which can entrap cutaneous nerves and that kind of stuff. Back pain is the worst, but it's easily fixable. I have neck pain. I have from an accident. Well, it sort of depends. After an accident, you want to make sure that you get adequate treatment, because if you do nothing, it can get worse. It's very common after accidents for it to be much worse after about 3 months. So make sure you get some care, but I don't know the specifics. How long does a total knee replacement last before it needs to be replaced? So that depends on the model. I do not have expertise in knee replacements other than how to prevent them and help with pain after they are already performed and get people's range of motion back. But as far as the replacements themselves, I don't have a lot of knowledge because I just don't do it, Had a meniscus tear about 5 years ago, and it's hurting again, the same spot. You think I tore it again? It could be, but current evidence suggests that at least most meniscal tears respond better than not doing surgery at all. So that's up to the systematic review, meaning that people that don't get surgery generally perform better. This is not my opinion, this is clinical research. But if you have knee pain, meniscal there, just grab this skin right here and give it a little shake. Pinch and lift, and then see if that feels better. It's usually the saphenous nerve that goes from here to the knee, and it feels like meniscal pain. Pain-free, put it back, especially in the winter. If he's having pain in the winter, that is usually the periosteum. That is something that I can treat, but it's sort of hard to show you how to do it yourself. Some things I can show you how to do yourself, some things I just can't. That's kind of the tough part. Yeah, you guys keep the healthcare questions. I'll give you general answers. I'm on how to fix common related pain, but I won't diagnose you. I have shoulder pain, and it's getting harder to lift my arm without any pain. Suggestions? Depends where the shoulder is. If it's here, like what you could do is actually just Same thing. This is dermal traction method. This is something that I co-created back in 2014. Let's see. Let's do something fun. Grab the skin right here, shake it around, because this is Herb's point. There's a bunch of nerves that come out to the shoulder area. So just shake on the neck right there and see if it feels a little bit better. What causes pain between the shoulder and left ear? Actually, if you're talking about the left ear, the same thing. Herb's point goes up into the ear. Take the skin here very gently and just give it a little wiggle. It'll probably be a little bit painful because that's a very tender spot because of all the cutaneous nerves that live there, but that's an easy way to go about it. I have 12 toes and 2 of them keep talking while I'm trying to sleep. What do you mean talking? Sorry. That's very interesting. But 2 of them keep talking. I don't know about that one. Sorry. If your toes are talking, I don't know what to tell you. I had a C-section. I've been feeling pain down my left leg. It depends on what part of the leg it is. C-sections cut across the middle, and it's very close to a bunch of different things. So it depends on where the leg it is. Let's see. What can you do for a sciatica? Let's see. Let me show you. Okay, here we go. Very easy thing for sciatica. Let's say my left leg, my top leg is the one with sciatica. What you want to do is put a pillow between your rib cage and pelvis. Keep your spine straight. And maybe a more aggressive pillow than this because you want your pelvis to kind of open up. Hold out there for 2 minutes. See if it feels better. And if it does, do that 2 minutes at a time, up to 20 minutes a day. Because let me show you. Oh, I almost fell. All right. So if you have sciatica, this is the lumbar spine. The disc pushes into the nerve root, right? So when you put a pillow here, it opens up this hole. You see how there's a nerve there? It makes that hole as big as possible. So if it's like a pinched nerve, this will relieve the pressure for a bit. That's one thing easy you can do for sciatica. You're L4, L5 herniated. Do I get injections or surgery? You got to consult your doctor on that. But in general, at least in my practice, from my experience, that's not really necessary in 95% of the time. Usually doing what I just showed you. Painful side is the top side. If you have pain down the middle of your, like it's like a band this way on your low back, try both sides and see if you feel better. What causes foot drop? Foot drop is generally caused from L4, right here in the lumbar spine. It gets pinched, usually from a disc herniation, and that's what causes that. You can try that pillow exercise. That's pretty much good for anything related to back pain and sciatica, and see if it feels better, but you should definitely consult a healthcare physician and get that worked out. I would suggest a McKenzie practitioner, McKenzie method. I have a cousin who has arthritis and needs to prevent knee pain from the use of elliptical machine. So, I mean, arthritis is a bit overused term. You can have arthrosis, which means the bone's deformed, but you can have changes on X-ray and MRI that doesn't mean that the joint is inflamed. You can have pain for many other reasons than arthritis, and in fact, arthritis is generally overutilized in my opinion. It's kind of just a garbage can word, you know, like, oh, my joint hurts, it's arthritis. I take an x-ray, I see arthritic changes. That must be the cause of my pain, which is very dangerous because now you label yourself as, I have arthritis, there's nothing I can do, which is complete BS. Ringing in my ear, try this guy. Rub that skin back and forth. Yep, don't believe what you hear without evidence. How do I do a massage for my sinus pressure? I did do a video a while back. Hopefully it's still on there. I'll have you check it out. It was on migraines, but it's also good for sinuses. Neck surgery about 5 years ago. Now my neck is a lot worse. Sciatica back. I can hardly walk. I'm sorry to hear that, Kathleen. That's tough. But don't lose hope. Let me know what city you're in, and I'll find someone good near you if I know anybody there. You have a tiny rotator cuff tear. You just deal with dull pain. So if you have rotator cuff pain back here, one of the things you should rule out is your neck, even though you have a tear on imaging. One of the things you can do, if it hurts to do this, whatever it hurts to do. If it hurts to go up, it hurts to go out, just put the other arm out and see if it feels better. If it does, just hang out in this position for about 2 minutes and see if it feels better. People put way too much emphasis on tears and arthritis and that kind of stuff. Although they're relevant, they're not the most important thing to getting you out of pain. Pain and tissue injury are not equal. Sometimes things can be completely ruptured and have no pain, and sometimes the tissue is completely healthy and you have a lot of pain. It's not a 1 + 1 = 2. Painful. Could have dislocated your hip. Probably didn't dislocate your hip. It's really, really hard to dislocate your hip. It is literally a ball and socket, so you'd have to actually break the bone most times to dislocate it. What can you do about bulging discs? Bulging discs are mainly a movement problem from bending forward too much. I would say find a McKenzie practitioner or do that pillow exercise I showed you before. And this is a McKenzie prone press up. Up and down, up and down, up and down. That's one of the most common exercises prescribed for any sort of disc injury. And that's McKenzie provider. The 12 toes. Yeah, I don't know what I think they were trying to mess with me. Does sciatic nerve cause numbness to the big toe? Yep. You know, I see a lot of hateful comments on here, and I'm just going to leave you guys so maybe you actually learn something, you know. Maybe you have sciatica, and I just showed you how to fix it. So you're spreading hate, and I'm spreading love and joy and education, you know. Sciatica can be horrible, but it doesn't have to be. Stiff knee from bending a few weeks ago. Again, go back to this. This is just the easy stuff that I can show online. There's a nerve here that gets a little bit irritated, so just shake that right in the inside of the knee. Shake that back and forth. That's called dermal traction method. See. Shoulders are tight. How do I get them to loosen up? Most of the time, my shoulders are stiff too. That's because my mid back is stiff from bending over patients all day long doing work. So the first thing to do, get a foam roller and roll out that mid back is a really good place to start. What can I do for feet or leg cramps? Usually magnesium is your first place to go. I'm 31 and stay horny all the time. There are some things you can do about that. Sometimes the nerve to the clitoral nerve, the nerve to the clitoris, can actually be overstimulated because of various reasons. Could be an autonomic thing too. There is potentially some treatment for that. I've never had to treat it myself. Yes, I'm pretending. I'm pretending to educate you on something that I have studied long and hard for over a decade. Angie, you did McKenzie therapy. Then your next step would be find a McGill provider, Stuart McGill. It's called, BackFit Pro. He is the world's foremost leading expert on low back pain related to discs. I was mentored by him, so that's where I got most of my disc knowledge. Your sister's getting epidural injections. Again, check out a McKenzie provider. McKenzie's not an end-all be-all, but it is a good place to start when you have back pain. Or Stuart McGill, BackFit Pro. If you're in LA, see me. Or just let me know what city you're in. Two bulging discs, how to get it stopped. The best resource online is actually fixyourownback.com. Good for supraspinatus tendinopathy, unless it was MRI confirmed or CT. I mean, I'm a little reluctant to say that you have it because it's actually really hard to get tendon problems unless you're an athlete doing overuse stuff. Usually it's more of an issue of everything's just stiff. And then you loosen it up and it doesn't hurt anymore, so it couldn't have been a tendinopathy. Do you have a surgery on a busted vertebrae? Well, that would depend on the situation and what it is. You should definitely consult your doctor on that one. You know, if you guys are going to ask a personal question about like girls, you know, the standard response is just because you guys watch us on social media doesn't mean that our personal information is any of your business. So just remember that. The doctor won't be able to eat anymore. I probably need to eat less. Yeah, because I'm getting a little fat. Just a little fat. Activator can be. I use the activator sometimes in osteoporotic old women for sure, because I'm not going to adjust them. Trigger finger, yep, trigger finger can be a difficult one. Okay, Galena, you're asking for sinus pressure. What you do, either side of your nose. It's going to be a little painful, but what you do is you rub back and forth. Okay? You rub back and forth, and it's going to cause some pain. And when that pain starts to dissipate, you do the other side. Other side, rub back and forth. And then here, rub back and forth, and then here, rub back and forth. Try that now. That should take you 5 or 6 minutes, and then let me know how you feel. Oh, I need to sit in a different way. You guys are distracting me from folding these clothes. It's going to take me forever. Those of you that have kids, you know how many different clothes they have and how long it takes to freaking fold them. Hip fractures that worsen during pregnancy? I would question, how would you fracture your hip? Fracturing your hip is pretty hard to do. It takes a lot of force. Usually only happens in car accidents or like falling from a really high place. Can't believe some of these responses. You fools are listening to a quack doctor? Well, the Chinese didn't think so when I worked at the Olympic Training Center treating their Olympians, including some of the greatest athletes of all time. So, Sherry, I'm just going to leave you here to learn, because you're obviously here to hate, and I'm just going to spread some love to you. I don't know what's going on in your life, but you know, you can start off by praying and spreading love to other people, and you'll start to notice that you feel better. My daughter have pain in her shoulder when she lifts her arm. The doctor says she has frozen shoulder. It's possible. Frozen shoulder happens. You call something frozen shoulder when the capsule, the shoulder is really stiff, like you basically can't move your arm at all. That is something I treat on a regular basis, actually. Ever thought about doing a video on stretching? Not specifically, because stretching doesn't work. In fact, stretching makes low back pain worse. It may make it feel better for 10 minutes, but in the long run, it's not going to help you. So stretching your hamstrings, stretching your back forward like this, that stuff is just making it worse. It's kind of like if you have a cut in the corner of your mouth and you keep opening your mouth really wide, it's going to take really long to heal. That's basically the equivalent of stretching when it comes to low back pain. And I know many, many doctors out there are prescribing stretching, but research is very clear. It does not help. In fact, when people call me over the phone and they're really like, I have back pain and I've been stretching and stuff, I say, stop stretching and call me in 2 weeks. And a lot of times they say it feels a lot better. After a total knee surgery, is there an exercise to help with the pain? Well, it depends on what stage of rehab you're in. You need to get the full range of motion back. And that's too specific of a question for this format. What's the reason for having to constantly pop my knuckles? I do it too. It feels good. People used to think it causes arthritic changes, and it doesn't. It's just the only issue is if you do it too much and the ligaments become loose. There's no problem with popping your knuckles, according to literature, but you just don't want to do it hard and aggressively and make the ligaments loose. So if you're doing it like compulsively, like ACD, where you're doing it like 100 times a day, that's too much. If you're doing it like 10 times a day, you're probably fine. Avascular necrosis is not a joke. If you have that, make sure you're talking with your doctor all the time. I went to a chiropractor and I didn't know I had a bulging disc. He hurt me bad. Yeah, that can happen. It's never happened to me because I generally don't adjust painful low backs. I generally do exercise and manual therapy, and I'll adjust them later. But generally, if you have low back pain with this, the joint's moving too much. That's why it hurts. So the disc is able to push into the nerve root. So it's really more of like changing your movement from your spine to your hips. It can mean when my feet and legs fall asleep when I'm trying to sleep. It can mean a lot of things. But again, always start with magnesium. That's a good place to go. A lot of people are magnesium deficient. I went to my first chiropractor today, and you guys are underpaid. Some of us. I don't accept insurance, and I charge $300 an hour. It's just all about what system you're in. What made me want to be a chiropractor? I wanted to help people. I've known that I wanted to, and I wanted to have an active job because I grew up farming and doing manual labor. So I wanted to help people. I knew I wanted to be a doctor, and I knew I just didn't want to be like sitting behind a desk all day. So I was like, well, what's a cool? And then also I saw chiropractors adjust people, and I was like, oh, that's like a ninja. I want to be a ninja. So that's kind of what made me get into it. And also I have no desire to prescribe medication. That just doesn't fit my mindset, life statement. You know, medication is obviously necessary sometimes, but my job is to get people off medication with the counsel of their doctor and make people have no pain so that they don't need it anymore. Because obviously we have an opioid crisis where people are addicted to pain pills because they are being prescribed so regularly and they are addictive. Those of you guys that are worried about certain things, don't worry. There are many lawsuits coming. Very expensive lawsuits. What can I do for supraspinatus tendinopathy and fraying? If your supraspinatus tendon starting to fray, that's because your shoulder, most of the time, is too far forward. So it's creating a pinching effect on it. So what you want to do is actually get your mid-back opened up. So between your shoulder blades, you need to get that area more mobile. Foam roller is the classic way of doing it. There's plenty of, if you just go to YouTube and look up T-spine exercises, then that is a really good place to start. I have a spinal cord tumor and I'm off balance. That's beyond the scope of Facebook. That's definitely something you should talk to your orthopedist about because I don't know enough information to responsibly give you any advice. In general, when I give advice on here, it's very general. It's very basic and tailored towards like people with knee pain on the inside of their knee. Because I'm not diagnosing on here. I'm not telling you what your problem is. I'm just saying, hey, in general, when you have knee pain here, this is what I find works a lot to get you to help with the pain. What do I think of Botox injections for the neck? It can be helpful. I think that my hands are probably better, but you know, it is a good treatment alternative. But you know, there's always different ways of doing it. So many questions. I like this. We got to get back on these educational questions because it's ultimately what I started this page for in the first place. And here we are, but you know. Those of you guys that had low back pain, rewind the video back a little bit. There was a pillow position I showed you. That stuff is that's like top 3 best things I've ever learned in studying this stuff since 2011. So it's definitely high payoff. Thanks for giving me the great suggestions about my neck and back pain. Until I get you to treat me, I will try sending you a message again. Okay, Debbie, send me a message. You know, it's hard to see them all. You guys imagine, especially recently this week, I've gotten hundreds of messages, including some death threats, so that's fun. If you know someone in Houston, I know someone in Austin, Brandon Salmasas, he's awesome. Why do we burp after adjustments? That's probably because of the pressure. But that's probably specific to you because not too many people burp after I adjust them. Sprained thumb. Yeah, sprained thumb. That's my worst nightmare, is injuring these guys. Why do people come here to try to give me a hard time? Because they're trying to get me to react. You know, some of you guys talk about money way too much. What are my thoughts about gabapentin? I am not qualified to give you my advice on that. I do not have prescription rights, nor do I want them. So you'll have to ask your doctor on that, but it's, you know, it's for nerve pain, and I fix and address nerve pain, so people come to me with gabapentin, and over time we try to get them off. Try to eliminate the need for them to be on it. You got to get off gabapentin with the person that prescribed it. I don't know why people can't hear. Most people can hear, and then there's always a few people that say they can't hear. I'm not really quite sure. Did I say broken hips are common? I said broken hips are uncommon. It's pretty hard to break a hip, usually from a car accident or falling out of a tall tree or something. Let's see. When were you going to start? When was I going to start what? My kids' custody and all that good stuff is literally none of your guys' business, you know. I am their father, and I'm going to do whatever is best for my children. And that's the truth. Some of you are trying to discredit me in that regard. Google American laws. If you had, you wouldn't be saying that. Thank you, Janice. I'm glad you enjoy watching me. I don't know how many of you guys joined me for the plant show. Anytime I'm getting just hundreds of hateful messages, I just show you guys a doll or a plant. Pretty sure. I'm not well. Justin is a wealthy man. I'll never be poor. I'm not rich, but I'm not poor. I'm upper middle class here in LA. And I'll never be poor because I have a skill set that is recession proof. Which is pretty much exactly the way I designed it. My response to these rude comments are funny. I'm just being mega sarcastic and kind of just like, wow. Let's see, I'm kind of looking for, if your shoulders hurt and keep you up all night, make sure it's not your neck. So if your shoulder hurts, just tuck in your chin and point your nose to your opposite armpit. Just relax for about 2 minutes and then see if your shoulder feels better. A lot of shoulder problems are from the neck. guys, so I like to see the people that insulted me for calling me an online doctor. Yeah, I'm a doctor and I'm online. And here I am giving free information. And somehow that is frowned upon. If you have pain in your tailbone and it radiates down your leg, oof, that's probably most likely the disc. Most likely, if it's going down your leg. Money going to my grave. Not sure what to think about that. Do I believe in God? Yes, I do, in my own way. I don't go to organized religion as much. I plan on taking the girls to organized religion because it's great for building morals, a moral compass. But but that doesn't have anything. I don't believe you have to go to church to have a relationship with God. Churches are businesses, Everyone's trying to say that I'm trying to hurt people. I'm not trying to hurt anyone. Not at all. It has nothing to do with trying to hurt anyone at all. I need to stop dragging people. I don't drag anyone. In fact, I'm the person that's being dragged. I do preface this conversation. This is not replace medical advice from the physician. This is just common little tricks for common pain patterns. I am in no way diagnosing you. This is strictly for educational purposes from a general perspective from my experience and knowledge bank. You talk too much? Well, you can go somewhere else for free education. I guarantee it won't be as good. Telling someone to take magnesium is not really medical advice. It's over the counter. So I didn't tell anybody to take a bunch of magnesium. I said magnesium is something that's often helpful for leg cramps and restless leg syndrome. So don't try to put words in my mouth. Does a chiropractor help with weight gain or weight loss? No. That's strictly done by diet and exercise. And other things like thyroids and stuff like that. If you have a thyroid issue, I can treat around the thyroid area, which in theory might help, but no. You guys can't hear me, huh? Can you hear me now? I'm not a good man. Have you ever met me? It's funny. Somebody says I'm not a good man, so that must be true, right? Come on, people. We're going to go extinct as a human species if we're this gullible. This is how governments take advantage of you. You guys are... Oh, thank you, Pinky Bradley. I'm giving out some... You guys don't realize that when I go to seminars, people pay a lot of good money to hear me teach you what I'm doing now for free. I have 2 seminars in the next year, probably more coming, but I haven't really focused on that, so I haven't scheduled that many. All right. Do you remember? Oh, okay. We talked about this, cupping for shoulder blade pains. If you're having shoulder blade pain, research of nerve block studies show that it's primarily coming from C6, C7, the lower neck, which means that your upper neck is too stiff and your mid back is too stiff, creating a pivot point here a twisting action and too much motion in your lower neck. Anyways. Many of you are saying, Bob the plant? Is that my plant's name, Bob the plant? He's still outside. Bob the plant was quite a popular guy the other day. Do I have life insurance? Is that any of your business, you know? Do I read the Bible for myself? No, not very often. I kind of live life by the golden rule. Treat other people how you want to be treated. You can hear me just fine. Oh yeah, I'm excited to see June's reaction to the new place as well. She is gonna, after going there, I'm just like, man, how am I living in such a small place? I mean, this isn't a small place. This is 1,000 square feet, I think, roughly. But I'm like, dang, when you go up to 3,000 square feet, it's like, dang, this is a lot of space. And I never quite anticipated how much space 2 kids would take up, like between playpens, high chairs, toys, what else? Cribs and clothes and everything else. It takes up a lot of space. They have more stuff than I do. The golden rule, that's right. Are you humble when it comes to loving my enemies? I don't have enemies. I have gullible hyenas that are just doing what they're told. Hurt, sometimes it goes my left leg. Charlie horse, what can I do? Tailbone, sometimes it goes down my left leg. If it's your tailbone, I mean, are we talking like literally like the bottom of your tailbone? I mean, that doesn't usually go too far down your leg. Am I going to buy all new furniture? No. Being given this really big marble table for the dining room, which I'll have to get some chairs for it. And then other than that, I'm not quite sure. I'll tackle that once I get there, because I'll move in and then figure out what I want to do. You know, doesn't make sense to start buying furniture or thinking about furniture before you move into a place. Chiropractic treatment looks painful. Is it painful? No, it shouldn't be. I don't think I've ever hurt anyone that I recall. Nope, definitely not. So no. Most of the time when chiropractors hurt people, it's because it's a rushed situation. And unfortunately, it's not their fault. It's just the way insurance is. Business models are, you got to get people in and out, in and out. It's a volume thing. So, I mean, I chose to go away from that system, and I do hour appointments, and I do manual therapy exercise, and then I adjust at the end if I do so. Alrighty. Well, I'll do this again later. I need to get some other stuff done. So I'll catch you all later. We'll do more of these question and answer things. And I will actually start doing some more self-help stuff because I need to get back to that. So I'll catch you all later. Thanks for all the love and support. People here trying to bring down my day. It's not working, but I hope you learned something. Truly, I do. I wish you all well. If you come here to spread hate and other people's agendas, I'd like to remind you not to be a sheep. Be a lion. That's just some life advice for the day. We need less sheep and more lions. Catch you all later.